Good afternoon, Rexburg. My name is Rick Robinson. This is Travis Green. Welcome to today's episode of the Rexburg Hustle. We are broadcasting live from our studio here in Rexburg on Main Street. It's a beautiful day outside.
It is a very nice day. You know, fall's coming, but boy, today's great.
Yeah.
We've had some cold weather recently, but it's good.
Yep.
Things are good.
Good to have the sun in the sky. Enjoy it while you can. Guys, we have a wonderful show. We just had an awesome pre-show. My mind has kind of been blown with what we're going to be talking about today and the concept that these two ladies have developed. Travis, why don't you go ahead and introduce us to them?
Okay, great. We'll introduce Rexburg to them. So
That's
this
right.
is Julie and Jenna. They own Smart Foods Rexburg. We're going to learn a lot today about where to get your foods locally grown, locally owned. I mean, there's some variants to that. They'll talk about that. But anyway, great foods, very, organic stuff, your raw honeys and different things like that. You even expand beyond just foods to classes and a lot of things. So we're going to learn about that. But Julie and Jenna, they're going to tell us all about that today. And it's local. It's here. It's in our area. It's very exciting. So anyway.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Why don't you just give our audience first kind of a brief overview, because some people probably haven't heard of Smart Foods Rexburg. And your life's about to change, Rexburg. Just, if you haven't heard about this, get ready, because this blew my mind. So, why don't you just kind of give us a brief overview of what your business is?
Sure. And thanks for having us.
Of course. Yeah, we're glad to have you.
It's great. Well, we just feel like, it's a common problem. A lot of people struggle with how to find healthy and affordable. A lot of the times those two things don't seem to go together. And so we developed a model that makes that possible. It makes it so that we cut out a lot of the middle costs. We call it kind of the mess in the middle. We cut out a lot of the things that a normal business would have so that we can make all those savings just land in the pockets of our customers, essentially.
That's great. Speaking for myself, my wife is very into cooking the natural and the whole way, and as little out of a box as possible. We do that, and so you're right. Finding good quality products at a good affordable price to feed a family of 7 in a healthy way, it's a big deal. So you're kind of bringing the answer to that.
Right. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That is the goal.
And I feel like, you go to a normal grocery store and you go like, hey, I want some carrots. Oh, but if I want the organic carrots, they're like $3 more a bag, So I think people make that association just seeing the price tags at the stores. And this is something that you two have been able to, for the most part, eliminate or drastically reduce those big price hikes for the organic products, which I think is so cool.
And we, she referred to the mess in the middle, and I'll just clarify a little bit more like what she means by that. If you go into a grocery store and you're going to buy carrots, the grocery store has marked up. First of all, the price of organic certification is a lot. But even normal carrots, they've worked in the price of their employees, the price of their building and running it, and their risk, because the truth is, if they bring in a pallet or whatever of carrots, they may only sell half and they may chuck half because things have not been pre-ordered. There's no guarantee they're going to sell, right? Mm-hmm. And so that's all of that is what we try to eliminate. We don't have any overhead. We have an order twice a month, pick up once a month model. It's similar to, if anybody has heard of Bountiful Baskets, it's different in a lot of ways, but the pickup is similar. And we don't have any employees but us.
I understand.
And we have no risk because everything has been pre-ordered, so we know that every bag of carrots that we bring in is going to a good home.
Right.
Go ahead.
Sorry, don't mean to talk over you. But
You're good.
because of that, our suppliers are really excited to work with us because zero risk for them is a win-win. They know that their products are going to be sold. They know that it's then worth it to come down in price. And so we ask, can you give us a price that is, cheaper than they can get anywhere else? And are you willing to work with us to make that happen for our customers? And they say yes, because, first of all, we only do this once a month. And second of all, they know that they don't have to worry. It's going to be pre-sold. They're not going to be out anything.
Yeah. Well, what's cool, about your model is not only you're saving people money, but you're also eliminating so much waste. I mean, you think, like we talked about, so many of the grocery stores, they have big dumpsters out in the back that they have to just throw produce away. And you think of all that work and all that money that went into growing that produce, all of a sudden all that work should just go in the trash can. And the model that you guys have created has just completely eliminated that. That's awesome.
Now, you mentioned that a lot of the produce and things that you sell is local. That's right. So how has that affected the local growers? What's their response to what you're doing?
Well, I think we're still small enough that it's still developing, but I can say that, from doing honey to, I guess it's really my 3rd year, but 2 years with us, I have been pretty excited that we've doubled every year, more than doubled. And that means that he doesn't have to come out of his shop and fill up honey for somebody. He is now letting us do that work for him.
And handle all the payments, right? We've handled all that. We just cut him one check and...
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have to stop work to go, sell his honey. He's making it so that we can do that for him. We save him a lot of time.
You're simplifying the process. You're taking what they're already doing, saying, "Let me handle this for you. Let's keep costs in check so it's affordable."
Right.
And it just really it works really well. I mean, we've ordered some things from you, and it's been really, really good. Tell me about the classes. Now, as you sell foods and things, you also offer classes. And what are those classes about? Is it how to cook? Is it what? What are these about?
They're about a wide variety of things. So there's a few roadblocks that we find when people are, because there's a lot of people that really want to improve their diets and the way
Or maybe
they feed
there's an
their families.
existing issue that they're trying to resolve, or whatever.
Totally.
Absolutely.
And diet matters. It matters a whole bunch. So if they may not be able to know where to find it, or it's just not available, or it's too expensive. But the other thing is they might not know how. They might really want to make that change in their life and just not know where to find the information to know how to do that.
Right.
So we try to provide all of those things. So our tagline is eat well, save money, get inspired.
I like it.
And
That's
so,
good. I like that.
thanks. Yeah. And so we have classes, and it's just the whole spectrum. We've had, food preservation, fermentation, not like
Right.
beer
Right.
fermentation,
Right.
but like pickles.
Right. I got you.
Sauerkraut.
Right. And also, I mentioned earlier that we had Chef Brad from BYU TV come in and teach 11 classes this last week. And so, we're having soap making in
We did gardening,
November.
we did pruning,
But you mentioned too, like bread, like sourdough bread, how to work with it, with the
Yep.
benefits of it, how to do it.
Yep.
yeah,
All
Whole
that.
We've done that.
Foods,
Like, there's just
how
so
to
many.
make, yeah, sorry.
So with your food ordering and pickup, are the classes more frequent than that, or is it how does someone sign up and how often do you hold them?
You want to answer?
Sure. So we typically do orders twice a month. We have a main monthly order, and then we have what we usually call a seasonal order. That's something that usually comes around only 1 to 2 times a year because it's seasonal.
Right.
And then in addition, we also do about the same number of classes, 1 to 2 classes per month.
That's wonderful.
But we have one pickup per month. So everybody, the order will be open for 5 days to 2 weeks. Usually the main orders that have all of our local products and produce and a lot of the perishables, that will be open for about 5 days. And then we will also have a different order that has that, what she was talking about, the specialty orders. Right now we have raw nuts opened. So when we close that, then we will have the pickup be together.
Right.
Does that make
Right.
sense?
Right,
Almost always. Sometimes there's an occasion where we separate them if it's just too much for one pickup. But usually we want to keep our pickups to once a month for people.
It simplifies things,
Yeah.
I think, and that's back and forth.
Yeah, exactly.
One thing that we talked about during the pre-show, we had a great pre-show, by the way. Sometimes I wish we could just have cameras in the pre-show because they're so fun, and it's just I don't know.
You learn a lot.
You learn a ton.
More than you probably want.
Sometimes, yes, but not in this case. Like we're good. So, but one thing that just like as we were sitting there talking, the thing that kept kind of going through my mind is you do this because you care. I mean, you're both moms. You both have husbands that work. You didn't need to do this.
Right.
This is not something that's like we are just like dying. We've got to go sell groceries, right?
No.
So where did this inspiration come from? Why are you doing it?
Well, and let me add, because it was mentioned that my husband's an entrepreneur. We've got more plates spinning right now. I don't need something else, and being a mom. And so really, this is you both coming out saying there's a need, and we're going to fill it.
Right. We just wanted, you know, we both grew up here. We both graduated from Sugar Salem. And we moved away after we got married for a period of time, and we both came back. And we were just talking one day about how we felt like our desire for larger quantities of healthy food at prices that we could manage, it just didn't feel like it was really available to us. And so in 5 minutes, we literally just said, let's just do it. And we went to dinner with our husbands and to like really solidify like what we were going to do, but we made the decision to do it just like that. And it was just to make things available. So it was really, no, definitely weren't dying for a business. It was just something that, a need we saw.
A need you saw that you wanted to fill.
That's great.
And this I don't even think is something we talked about in the pre-show, but you two are business partners now. How long have you known each other? How far back do you go?
I think Jenna was a sophomore.
Oh wow! Okay, so a long time.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
We
know how
went
old
on
you are,
a
but
clogging thing together.
We
I think
did.
is really how we.
We did.
Look, we're making all these
The
memories
reunion's
come back.
happening right
Yes.
now. Yes.
Yes.
She was like the big sister, and I was like,
Yeah. It's not like that anymore. We're just friends now. But I think, when did you move here? Freshman year, maybe?
I was in 8th, seventh grade.
Seventh grade. So maybe we met when I was a junior and she was a freshman. But
Okay.
So the roots are long. That's good.
Yeah.
We are.
That's
You got
good.
deep roots here in the community. You
That's
both
good.
have left the community and have come back. So, and this is home.
This is home.
We fought hard. We both fought hard to get
did.
back here. We really, really did.
Yeah.
We love it here so much. We just really wanted to raise our families here. And
great.
I mean, it's a special, special place. I moved here. My family moved here in 1990 and from LA. And
Us too,
I
actually. Ready
really-
for that?
that's right. And I just remember thinking, I didn't realize
can
a
ride your
place
bike?
could be so wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we are invested here. We just
Peaceful.
love it, love it, love it.
But having said that, we both came back feeling like, oh no, we're going to have to give up half of what we, experienced other places, food-wise.
Yeah.
Right.
We're both foodies.
We both became foodies while we were gone.
Yeah. It's
Well,
true.
it's true. You go outside of this area, and there's, your vision is open to how many different options there are, and just
Right.
so many different cultures of food and
Right.
things like that. So, but now, Rexburg can kind of get these different things because you guys don't only pull from local. You still, you can still
Right.
get stuff from outside the area as
Right.
well.
So talk to us
Absolutely.
about that real quick. It's not just, we talk about produce, but we're talking meat, chicken.
Yep. Grass-fed
dairy,
beef, raw
right?
dairy. Yep.
All the pictures that you see.
That's a sampling.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not by any means everything, but so yeah, a lot of I don't know, pretty much anything you would get at a grocery store. We don't have everything every month.
Because
That's too much brain damage for us, right? We can't get so many
At least you're
suppliers.
honest about it, yeah.
We rotate through things like, so the local things, the produce, the dairy, the grass-fed beef, grass-fed pork, several other things are there every month. And then we rotate through the non-perishable items so
Okay.
that people can stock up. So it's not like, oh darn, that's not on there this month. We kind of have a schedule people know about, and so they can kind of plan ahead. Oh, I know that these things, grains or
Whatever. Huh?
maple flavoring, whatever, are going to be
coconut
coming
water
up.
is one
Coconut
of
water,
our biggest
yeah.
sellers.
Oh,
that,
interesting.
But that
Yeah.
lasts, and so it's okay
Yeah.
to have people stock up, and then it comes around again every few months, so that we don't have to contact with every supplier we have every month. That's just a lot of.
So when they go online to your website or Facebook, do you have a menu of what you have so that they can start ordering things? Right there.
So the
Okay,
products
there it
open
is.
orders, if you were to hover over that, you'd see the list. And those
Okay.
are more like it will show you.
Can you hover over that?
I
link,
wasn't sure if
Josh?
you were going to or not. Sorry. You don't have to, but.
Where?
The products open orders. So the idea is we try to keep the one that's open, the order that's open at the very top. So that right now is open until November 1st. That's our raw fresh nuts that come literally off the tree to us.
They're being
Wow.
So they
picked right
pick
now.
them and they drive them to us. And then, of course, it's important to know how to order from us, what it looks like. If you scroll down a little bit, you can also see the 1, 2, 3 simplified version of how to order and pick up and things like that. But then these are also our specialty orders. We have like our main monthly order, which is the one that's at the beginning of the month. So that next one opens November 4th. But then we also have the specialty orders that we mentioned that happen, halfway through the month.
And if you go to the schedule, it will give people kind of a again, not complete, but just an idea of what kinds of things will be on the orders.
So they can plan.
They can plan.
Because when you're planning to buy a year's worth of
Right.
nuts, you kind of want to know ahead of time. It's
Right.
a big
Good
deal.
point.
It's something to say for
That's
you.
a good point. And I was going to ask you about that. You talk about some specialty stuff. How specialty do you get? Do you get requests for some pretty rare stuff that you got to go source, or do you just not go there?
That's a really good question.
I think
And I can't give you an
We
example
have-
what that would be,
Right.
but
We have expanded, and we will continue to expand. One thing that we wanted to say is an advantage to having a platform like this is if somebody is listening who has a product that fits, our kind of healthy criteria that they would like us to offer for them, that they can contact us,
Right.
because it's kind of I don't know if you mentioned it before or this time that we wanted to create a hub.
Yeah,
where
we haven't
people-
mentioned that. No, it's always been a dream to create this almost one-stop shop. This idea that, okay, now I don't have to go find my own source for wheat and grass-fed beef and raw cheeses and dairy and produce and all those things. Okay, I can just now go to one place and find the best that Rexburg has to offer.
And the suppliers aren't doing all the work to produce something and then going, how do I get this to
Right.
people? We're doing that.
One thing I wanted to touch on is everything is, as far as your meat goes, it's all cage free, it's all grass fed, we're not talking caged chickens, we're talking free roaming, and same with the beef, because if you go drive past a lot of places where cows are, it's not always pretty.
Right.
So and those aren't the people that you guys source from.
Right.
These are
no.
happy cows that are treated very, very
Happy
well.
cows. That's
They are
right.
happy, but also to go along with that was we feel strongly like we don't want to offer something that you can just go get from a grocery store.
Yes.
If we can't beat the price, then for that quality, then it doesn't make sense for
Right.
us. Why would you come to us?
Right. Yeah.
And so we really work to try and beat the prices that you can get in the surrounding area and beyond. And
Yes.
people are starting to come from other places to be able to
Yeah,
get
we have
these
people
things.
drive a couple of hours.
No kidding. That's
we do.
awesome. That's when you know you're doing something
They'll
right.
just
right?
take turns, like
right.
everybody in that area will order, and then they'll take turns coming.
Makes
to
sense.
pick
So
up.
the savings are significant enough and the quality's
Yeah.
there
Right.
that
Yeah.
it's worth the drive to them.
Savings
So-
and quality is
Yeah.
the balance that we strive for.
Yes.
Now, what about people with like special dietary needs? Say somebody's gluten free, or say they can't, they have restrictions. Are you guys able to carry anything that can help
Tons.
these people?
Yes,
Okay.
tons. Not only ingredients, but also we have a couple of local bakers that bake for us. One is a sprouted wheat bread. So, because we were talking earlier, once it sprouts, it's a plant now.
Yeah.
Right. And so a lot of times, and we're not making any claims,
Right,
or
right.
anything like that, but a lot of times people who have sensitivities to wheat can handle it if
Yeah.
it's sprouted. So there's a ton of people that bread is popular. There's a
It
ton
is.
of people who really like that. But then also we sell, for instance, on our grain order that we just closed, we sold stone grinders, the very best ones that, in my opinion, I've used a lot of grinders, and
Yeah.
the very best one on the market for less than you can ever find it. And then also gluten-free grains. So people can actually make their stuff homemade if they want to,
Yeah.
or they don't have to. We also have another
And
baker.
flours, so that if they don't have a mill,
yeah.
they don't even have
Right.
to grind it if they don't want to.
you offer
we feel
both ways.
Yes.
yes, we really try to make sure that our range is open. We don't feel like we're exclusive to just the organic crowd or exclusive to only
Right.
foodies or whatever.
Right.
Like we have amazing prices. $1.11 a pound for chicken. You just cannot beat
You
that.
can't find that
Chicken
anywhere.
breast chunks, not even a whole chicken.
Right.
Right.
And then you add in the fact that it has no hormones and no antibiotics, and then people are like, oh, maybe I could eat this way when I have.
What does that compare to if you're talking organic chicken, free range, cage free, chicken breast? What would that generally cost you if you were to go to one of our local grocery
Well,
stores?
let me just say that this chicken that we're talking about is not necessarily organic.
Okay.
They have a few
Yeah,
farmers that supply this place that we get it from, and they have certain threshold that they have to meet, but organic is not one of them. Some of them probably are.
Okay.
But we don't claim that.
Okay.
So
For-
we'll
just
just
for the
take
chicken, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
just for the chicken. Yeah, we're just talking about chicken,
Yep.
just so we don't
You're good.
sense.
false information.
Yep.
But I don't know.
We
to be
do.
honest, I haven't bought chicken in the store. Have you?
Oh, well,
Like
we
what-
have another
what's the-
supplier that we love dearly because they are amazing. But they sell their chicken similar, but it's organic, and it's what $8.50 a pound.
Yeah.
So it's
that's a-
8 times.
I mean,
and that's even on the low end for
Right.
that good of a quality. Like
if
if you
you-
go out there and start doing some research.
If you were to go to the store and just buy chicken breast chunks, though, just like the ones that we offer that
Yeah.
are not organic, what is the price of those? I mean, it's
It,
close to $3.
It's more than $1.11 a pound.
it was closer
Yeah.
to 3.
Yeah.
I was
the
going to say, I
last
think it was
time I
closer to
checked.
3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the comparison. We don't want to compare apples to oranges on
Yeah.
the chicken, but
Right.
anyways.
Yeah.
So the prices are great, and you do your best to seek out the most purest product. Again, we can't make the claim on the chicken if it's organic or not, but we understand that it's very good.
Yeah.
Very
It's gonna be
clean,
better than what you're gonna find in the
better- and
grocery
Yes,
very
we do
well
feel
priced.
confident about that.
Yes.
But the other products, yeah, they're very, very good, very high quality, and then that's a great balance. Again, trying to find feeding families that are large, not out of a box, can be very expensive, and so
Yes.
we certainly can understand that. Keeping quality and pricing down. Yeah, you have to make a living, or why do this? We get it, but you're not. That's not the focus. The goal. The goal is to offer the service, the product, the pricing, and in the end, everyone kind of gets taken care of. So your
Right.
prices are very
They're
affordable.
low. We don't mark things up.
So
Nearly
so
enough.
much so that even your
Nearly as much as
suppliers
we-
are saying you should be marking them up more.
They are
right?
saying that, yeah.
Yeah.
And we're like, no, we just really want to keep it low for people. And both of us, I mean, our husbands both work.
Yeah.
We're not the sole breadwinners here. We're doing this as a service, as
It's
much
as much
anything.
as a service as it is a business, is
Yeah.
what we
Yes.
have said.
Wonderful.
Has it been an easy road?
No.
Good.
Okay, that I just answered that honestly.
Yes, that's what we're all about. I mean, what have been some of your roadblocks? What have been some challenges you've had to just break through?
I would say one of the things, I mean, we're moms.
Mm-hmm.
We are used to chaos control.
Yeah.
But this was a little bit of a different type thing, right? And to learn how to manage so many orders at once and the details, because it would be really nice if everything always went smoothly, but occasionally there's an issue, and there were many more at the beginning. Don't you feel like that?
Yeah,
Like,
but
at the
it's
beginning there were a
interesting
lot
how
more.
it's transitioning.
But
There's
it's
different issues.
so
now, but-
much. It's going so much more smoothly now as
It
we're
is.
getting our processes down so that we can handle more orders, which we are getting.
Mm-hmm.
At the beginning, if we had the amount of orders that we have now, we would have maybe not kept going. I don't know.
Would have put the close sign up.
right,
Yeah.
right. And just to figure out how we work together.
Yeah.
Because that's we're so different.
Describe that relationship.
Well, we were joking about this earlier. You were saying you have a similar relationship.
Yeah,
We do. Yeah.
We're the brakes. These guys are the gas.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
And so Jenna will
Which is
read
funny
a
because in
book.
some aspects of life, it's the complete opposite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it depends
Yeah.
what,
Depends what it is.
It is
Yeah.
true.
It is true. It is true. But Jenna
That
will
is
read a
true.
book, and I'm like, "Give me the bullets." And she's like, "I just read this marketing book," and I'm like, "Give me the bullets." but we value at the same time. We really value each other's strengths because
Right.
I will be thinking of something else, and Jenna's like, "We should put a tablecloth on that table," and I'm like, "Yeah, we should. Presentation, and Jenna's much better." What else? Do you
Well,
think?
what else? Just we got a few minutes left, about 7 minutes. I want to hear. Is there anything? What else would you share with the audience? What about the business or any aspect of it that you would like to share from your perspective to them? Anything that's come in your mind?
I think one thing that this has helped me realize is that if you feel frustrated about something, this isn't maybe directly business, but do something about it. I feel like there is so much more. If you start to go down a path, you can really find what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And this new phrase that I've been using, I feel like maybe too much, is we're finding the awesome that surrounds us. Like, I just feel like there is so much more here than I gave Rexburg credit for. And what an amazing discovery to realize there are all of these people already doing these incredible things. We just don't know about each other. We're really good at connecting in some ways in Rexburg, but I feel like this is maybe an area we could use some improvement on. And I've been really excited to find these people that are so committed, that are so on top of things, that are trying to make a living, and we can help support that in a way that I didn't realize that it was going to turn into something that valuable. But I am very value driven. I'm not going to do something unless it has a strong sense of purpose. I was joking. I've always been this little entrepreneur as a child with these interesting things that I did. And, but it always had to have purpose. And so I've always been very passionate, both of us, about people, about food, and about education. And so this was just a natural marrying of all of those things. It was like, I can do the best of all three of these worlds, and we can help our community. We can help grow the community in a way that makes sense for us. It's our thing, right? It might not be everybody else's thing to do food, but wherever you're at, our friend Annie Miller, she has
Everybody does it.
Everybody eats. Yeah.
Ta-da!
You
It's
just
true.
choose how.
You gotta feed your kids. You know,
You just choose how to do it.
Exactly.
You know, I want to chime in on just real quick one thing that you mentioned about we live in find the awesomeness. There's so much awesomeness around us, so many great people and resources that we just don't know they're there. That's why this is here, because we want to take people
Yeah.
like you
Right.
living this dream or filling a need or whatever, and see, okay, how can we connect? And so yeah, Rexburg, if there's something you want to add to what they're doing or that they can add to what you're doing, let's get together. That's what this is all about.
Yeah,
And
thank
maybe
you.
maybe
Yeah.
now is a good time to mention how they would contact us.
Yes,
Please,
please.
please.
Okay.
Yep.
So if you are interested in seeing what we have to offer, we would love to see you. You may visit our website, that is smartfoodsrexburg.com, and a little box will pop up and you can put your email and phone number in.
Subscribe.
And we will, yeah. So because maybe we didn't mention this, but we do send out emails and texts when we open an order and when we're about to close an order, so that people know. You know, it's not like, oh, I just go to the website and order. It's not a shopping cart experience like you would.
Can't always buy the products.
Right.
It's not like going on Amazon and it's always there. Like,
Yeah.
so when an order opens,
In case that wasn't clear.
yeah. So when an order opens, we send out an email and a text, and then you can go and place your order, and then we will also notify you. You know, even when you place the order, you'll know when pickup is, so everybody knows that beforehand. But just go to that website and put your information in, and we will be in touch next time we have an order open. And then if you are a supplier of something, you have a product or something that you feel like fits in within our model, you may email me. I'm the one who handles the supplier, so it would be Julie. And you can just email suppliers@smartfoodsrexburg.com, and we can talk.
And it's not even just food.
No, it's not. It's
I was
anything
gonna say,
like,
candles,
for instance,
candles and things,
soap.
right?
So
Soaps.
we do
Okay.
have
Soap.
Maybe it's candles someday. I don't know.
Yeah, Gervine Family Farms is our soap supplier, and they're local. Who knew? And they have amazing soaps. We could literally spend the next half hour telling you like some awesome stories. We won't, but some awesome stories about things that have happened with skin and things like that from using their soaps. Are super, super, super clean. So that fits within our model because it's a healthier version of something you would normally find. Does that make sense?
Totally.
So they, so that's a great example of something like that. The stone mills that we found, stone grinders are, you know, a great way to add some more nutrition into your life. So just things like that. So if you have something that you feel like fits within that model, we would love to chat with
So
you.
they just go ahead and email you like they would anything else
Yep.
and just say, hey, here's who I am. I offer this thing.
Yep.
Wanted to see if it-
Suppliers at smartfoodsrexburg.com.
You can find us too if you don't
Perfect.
write that down. Contact at the top of our website. You can also find us that way.
Real quick, we got a couple minutes left. What's your long-term vision for Smart Foods Rexburg?
That's morphing all the time.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
What's my vision or what's her vision or what's our vision?
We talk about this kind of constantly. We know, we feel like we know a few, you know,
A few steps ahead.
yeah, a few steps ahead, but we are not promising that there aren't more steps after that, if that makes sense.
Yep.
But yeah, there's definitely growth in the future.
Yes,
We
it is.
definitely would love to have, I mean, the potential is limitless. I'd love to have
Yeah.
maybe drop off locations other places.
Yes, we have talked about that. Maybe if somebody's interested, if you're listening and you're out of the area and you want to talk about some
Becoming like a manager type.
yeah, where somehow we would compensate you for organizing it in, you know, your area.
Yeah.
So that 'cause we currently have drop locations in Idaho Falls and here in Rexburg. Maybe we
And then we
should
do
have mentioned
delivery
that.
as well.
We offer a
for those.
delivery service. Our teenage boys.
It keeps them out of trouble.
I love it.
And
that's
so we
awesome.
don't personally do the deliveries, but we offer that. And so that could be something growth wise that we would be interested in looking at. Maybe, you know, something in Driggs or
Right, I was just going to ask you about over the hill in the Driggs area,
Absolutely.
Jackson.
We've already talked
areas.
to at least one lady, and yeah, we're
That's great.
So the
working
future's
on it.
bright.
Yeah.
The
Yes,
future's bright
absolutely.
and exciting.
yeah.
The
So-
future's bright, exciting, and very, very healthy at an affordable price.
right.
Look them up. Send them an email if you've got something you want, a question, an idea, maybe a product you would like to see them start bringing in. Suggest it. See what the
absolutely.
options are. But it sounds wonderful that you're bringing two people who want a better way of eating and healthy and pricing together. You're pulling it off yourselves. That's a wonderful thing. We are so excited that you're doing it, and we hope it just keeps going well. Please be in touch with them. Julie and Jenna, they'll take good care of you, and listen to what you have to say. And boy, we just wish you the best.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much
having
for
us.
being on the show today.
Yeah.
For anybody who's watching the live stream or does watch the live stream, we apologize. We're having a massive frame rate drop. We don't know what's happening. But if you don't want to watch the choppy video, make sure to jump on the podcast app, Google Play, Spotify. It does go out to all those sources as well. And this is for you guys. This is a plaque to remember your episode on the Rexburg Hustle that you can keep in your shop. So, anyway, what a great thing you're doing. So we appreciate you guys reaching out and trying to spread the word about this. We are going to become customers. My wife and I can guarantee you that. I mean, this is something I wish I'd known about. So
Great.
anyway, thank you again.
Thank
you,
you.
Rexburg, for tuning in. I don't believe we have a podcast next week. Nope, no
Taking a
podcast
week
next
off.
week.
So
Yes.
the week after next, we'll be back. So thank you, Rexburg. We'll see you then.
Here we are. Yep. We're back.
All right.
Okay,
Helen Drake with a
awesome.
smile.
So we, I mean, really, we do. My wife's been buying like raw nuts, almonds, all that stuff from what's that smooth green smoothie girl.
Yeah.
Oh,
So